Well, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Lucas.
Oh my goodness, I hear this is your first podcast ever.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so welcome, Christine Mai.
Yes.
Perfect.
And your pronunciations. Perfect.
You've just been training me for the last 30 seconds because the origin is Vietnamese, so there's a specific pronunciation to it. Well, welcome. So welcome to our wedding chat podcast where we discuss, I guess, business topics about weddings and just overall, just to have a good time.
Yeah.
So you are a hairstylist. You've just recently started your own thing.
Yeah, dude.
Which is pretty exciting. Like, I think I want to really hear about that and you know, for anyone out there in the industry to find out how to get to that spot. Mm-hmm. You're a content creator and an influencer, I think. No, I think you can't call yourself that. I think there's a point where you have, I don't know what that point.
I just do hair.
Nah, you don't just do hair. Like to get to, what are you now, 83,000 followers? I was just looking at your thing,
I guess so. I haven't looked at it.
84,000 followers. I think everyone would be very interested how to get to a point like that, you know? So that's pretty amazing. Well done. So tell me, who's Christine Mai?
I'm a bridal hairstylist and just opened up my own studio. And so now we have a base where we run like education for aspiring hairdressers and also making sure that our brides are beautiful and taken care of.
Educational component to it as well.
Yeah, I'm going into that field now, like trying to focus on becoming known for education and sharing my knowledge and inspiring, you know, new artists that are coming into the industry. And also like artists that have been around and they just want a refresh.
Let's take it back to the beginning. How did it all start? How did you start in this industry, in hairstyling, to get to where you are now?
So hair has always been a passion of mine. Like when I was 15, I remember my maths teacher told me off so bad. He was like, Christine, have you finished your work yet? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, this is not a hair salon. Stop braiding girls' hair in the back corner. I was like, but I finished my work already. What are you going to do? So I used to just knuckle down. Yeah, attitude. Knuckle down, finish all of my algebra. And then I'm done. And I'm going to go like braid hair in the back.
Were you good in the algebra?
I was okay.
It was better braiding hair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there was always a passion.
Yeah, always a passion. Okay. But being the eldest child in a Vietnamese household, you were expected to be educated.
Yes.
Go to uni.
Doctor or lawyer.
Yep. I couldn't do that. So I opted for business.
Yep.
So I went to uni for marketing. And then in my third year, I freaked out because everybody was so excited to start in interviews and apply for roles in, you know, your corporate lives. And I just didn't want to do it. I'm like, you know what, screw this. I'm gonna go sign up for a hairdressing job.
Really?
And I'm gonna go sign up for TAFE.
How did that go with your parents?
My mom was overseas at the time.
Okay.
So then when she came back, I told her, hey, so I got a job in hairdressing. Yeah, just letting you know I'm not going into corporate. And she absolutely lost it.
Lost it, yeah.
But I ended up getting a job with the hairdresser that I used to go to. He recommended me to his boss. So then they hired me and then we just went from there. I started working with him when he opened up his own studio. So I was his apprentice and working closely with him. His name's Rich. He helped me a lot with my career.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Rich from Ultra Fade. I was with him for, I think, almost 9 years.
Okay.
So almost a decade.
I think when I met you, you were still there, yeah?
Yeah. And then recently I made the move to go out on my own. But really like the big thing that helped was consistency. So anyone who's opening up their own business or wanting to get into a new career path and wanting to exceed, I think being consistent with socials is really important. Yeah, mainly social, like the importance of social media and marketing. It's free. It's just the platform's there. You just got to put yourself out there.
Yeah. And I was just doing a podcast with Trav, and that is exactly what he said as well around consistent posting, like not skipping, not doing it once a month, but actually consistent posting. It makes a hell of it,
I would say I don't love it. I just know, I understand that it's a part of the job, and it comes with being booked.
Yeah.
And being in demand and getting clients in is, it's just part of it now. And some days I get a bit lazy, but then I remind myself, like, you just got to do it.
Yeah. Do you do it every day?
I don't do it every day. I post twice a week, and mainly on either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I find that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the engagement is low. Which
days do you post?
Either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you find that gets the algorithm moving. Yeah. So tell me, you've started your own thing. So moving from working with somebody to now completely on your own? Like this is your studio now? Yeah, this is completely mine now. The pressure's on. The pressure's on. And just before the interview, you were like, it's pressure, there's a lot of stresses involved in running your own business. Yeah, right. What made you make that step? What made, you said you felt comfortable where you were. Is that the growth in you? Is that the constant? I think deep down, it was always something I wanted to do. And I felt like if I didn't do it now, it'll be harder to do it later. Especially being a woman, having to think about having children in the future. And right now I don't have kids of my own. And I know that once I do, it's going to be harder. And, we're getting married. We're getting married here. And stop. I didn't want to mention that would have been biased, wouldn't it? Hey, can you tell us about your wedding? Yeah. So, you do the wedding, and then you eventually want to build a family. That's our goal. So I thought that if I want to build something for myself, I have to do it like now. Yeah. This was exactly the same thinking we've had when we were buying Grow Wild. Yeah. It was almost too late because it took us 2 years to find Grow Wild. So when we bought it, our first son, who's now 4, was a week old. And I said to myself, you either do it now and you take the risk while he's young and there's still little responsibility in comparison to what's going to happen, or you'll never do it. Or you will just be stuck with bills and kid responsibilities and family responsibilities, and you will just struggle to find time to take, not so much to find time to do this, to find within you the risk capacity, be able to take enough risk when you've got 2 or 3 kids staring at you. It's like, oh, I better not leave that job, So I think you did the right thing. Yeah, thank you. And how does it feel though? How long has it been? I've been watching your stories on Instagram. I've been one of your supportive fans, encouraging your things and all your renovations and things that are happening in the studio. That was crazy. Yeah? It's always been 6 months now. Okay, has it been that long? Yeah, it went so fast. And I feel like I'm settled now. But the whole process was absolutely crazy. How do you go with the styling? Like, how do you make it look like? Do you get a designer in? Like, how do you choose your colors and schemes? I'm like, oh, there's so much to think about. First, you got to find the space that works for you. So, we went to see a lot of other spaces that were too big, and I just didn't feel comfortable there. I like this one. It's like enough and it's good. Like I'm comfortable filling out the space. We found our space and then reached out to the architect, and then they did a walkthrough. They give us an idea of like, okay, this is like what you could fit here, and just like we keep collaborating with them until we're happy with the design. But then we have to make sure that it's aligned with all of the regulations in the building
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of that I did not know anything about.
EAs and council approvals.
All
Man,
of that stuff.
trust me, there's a lot to it. And especially when you're trying to build business space, it's just the requirements are crazy.
It's so strict.
Number of toilets, number of sinks, number of, it's
like how wide your toilet is.
Yeah. Everything's, because I'm going through some of that stuff now and it's just nuts.
And the fire safety plan was so expensive.
Oh.
Did you have to do that too?
Try building a venue.
Yeah,
It's you get bushfire reports.
Yeah.
We're in the bush. You get hydraulics reports. You get roads and parking reports. Each one of them is very, very expensive. What else? There's like 6-7 reports that you have to get. It's just nuts. Or acoustics reports. The measuring of sound. Like if your thing is based in a shopping center or in a row of shops, it would be different to a standalone structure in the middle of the bush.
For sure.
So it's crazy. It's crazy what's required if you're looking at doing any sort of changes.
Yeah.
The effort you need to go through the councils and stuff. So well done. You went through it all at once.
Well, you did all of it. So, but yeah, other than that, you get your approval and then you can start making it look pretty.
Yes.
That's the fun part.
How long did it take you to get approvals?
It took us, I don't even know. My partner was kind of dealing with that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, a couple.
Can I say his name?
Yeah.
Alejandro.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like
he'll be listening to this
3
episode.
months.
Yeah, okay. 2 to 3 months. Oh, okay, that's all right.
I think so. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
And then the build took from demolition to finish was 6 weeks.
Were you like having to supervise it? Like were you?
No.
Also, it was like a planned.
Yeah, we had a builder.
Yeah.
His name's John from Kotipio.
Shout out to John. Where is he from?
I think he's based in Western Sydney now, but he does jobs all over Sydney.
Right, okay. And just demolished the whole place and refurbished it.
He worked really well closely with our architect.
And you had to like pick your finishes and your styles and things like that?
Yeah. So our architect, Ross, he helped us with the initial plans. We sent him inspo and he gave us all the materials and options that we could go for. But some of them was like a bit out of our budget. So then I started looking on Pinterest. That helped.
Of course.
I was overseas at the time in Bali, so I got a lot of like inspiration.
Yeah, you would.
The natural colors and everything.
Yeah.
Which kind of, which went well with the branding.
Yeah.
Of my like website and the business.
And what about branding? So how did you have to do a whole new branding, or were you like transferred it from Instagram? Like what was the whole? So it sounds like it's a whole new business in itself.
The name of the studio was pretty hard to decide. Even though it's so simple now, it's just Crystal Studio. I was thinking, do I make it a different name? Do I use my name in it? I don't know. I ended up just going simple and keeping on with my name. So then it's cohesive throughout.
So what is
everything.
it? Crystal?
Chris Styles.
Oh, Crystal Studio. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, perfect.
And then from there, we picked the name, register the business name, and then started going into logo design and colors. So I had a graphic designer, Steven. He helped me with all of that. A lot of back and forth, but eventually we found a good color scheme, good font, everything. He made it pretty easy.
You started from the basics. You had to create a whole business from scratch, from ABN to business names, to logos, to design of the building. So you went through the whole process and did it all for the first time.
Yeah, that was all the first time.
And this is all this year, like within the last 12 months.
So this time last year, I don't think we found the spot yet.
So you were still working for someone else?
Yeah, I was still with my old boss. And then once, it was crazy.
Wow. So you're a changed woman now. You've discovered a lot of things. Okay. So how does that change now from what you were doing there to what you're doing now? Or is it fairly similar, like, but now you're just working for yourself? Like, are you still doing the same type of work?
I'm still doing the same type of work.
Yeah.
Offering more education now.
Okay. So that element of it. Yeah.
I was doing it before, but now I'm really focused on it. Because I have a clearer plan of where I want to be in the future. But I'm doing a lot of back-end stuff now, as you would know as well. So making sure like there's enough stock, making sure clients are like responded to in time. I have the work phone on me, so taking calls if need be, making sure that staff are happy, and yeah, doing
You are the HR department.
everything. Yeah.
Very good. So you've learned everything all at once.
I was doing a little bit of the admin before, but now there's a lot more to do in terms of the back end of running the business.
The operations.
There's two things now, right? There's working in the business and then working on the business.
Yeah. So you've got the strategy and the operations, like how do you make the business grow and perform better versus how does it work day to day?
Working the day to day is the easy part.
Yeah. But it takes time to get a good handle on operations and day to day.
Yeah.
Create systems that work very well for you and for you to then be able to step back. A lot of people get stuck here and stay here forever.
Yeah.
Where they just manage payroll and they just manage stock orders and they just keep going until the business starts to collapse. Whereas the good managers will learn how to do operations. They will simplify the steps. They will create processes, systems, automate as much as possible, CRMs, having ordering systems in place, hire people to help. And once that seems to be rolling, then they start looking at strategy, business growth, improvement, development, marketing. I feel like there's so you've already stepped to the other side.
No, I feel like I'm still trying to figure out how to create more productive systems.
Okay. Yeah.
So when we opened the shop, opened the business, we implemented the system that we were used to before.
Yes.
Because we just wanted to get started.
Yes.
Right? Now that it's running,
you can see.
I need to make it better.
Okay.
Before I can step out.
What do you want to change?
I want to provide more of a inclusive package offering rather than like an a la carte style menu to my services. So it's not just, okay, I have bride and then 2 bridesmaids and then travel. We don't want to break it down. We want to make the decision making for the bride a lot easier. So this is the package we provide. This is all the inclusions.
A really good move. And a lot of people underestimate, I think, that simplicity sells. Having an all-inclusive package that takes care of all of their stresses and all of their needs. It's like, okay, that's what I need. I don't need to know about driving costs and travel fees. And it's like, it's all there. I think it goes very far in a lot of businesses that I speak to.
That's what I'm currently working on right now. And yeah, that's why I look a bit stressed. If I do look stressed, because I just want to make sure these packages can cater to people and make that like their decision-making process and their wedding planning process easier. Because I know as a bride, that was what I really enjoyed and really found easy when the vendor was just like, okay, like it's just all inclusive. Done. I don't want to think about it too much.
The plates, cutlery, crockery, all part of it.
Yeah.
It's like there's so many things to consider when building a package. You've got pricing, you've got inclusions. I always say start with as much value as you possibly can. And then see what works and what doesn't work and where you see you adding the most value to that day, and then price accordingly. I think with pricing, it's a bit of a game where you play with it over time. If you see a significant decrease in inquiries coming through, it's like, okay, well, something's not happening. Either I'm not providing enough value or my pricing is too high. And you're just kind of balancing it out until you find that niche, and you find that perfect clientele that you then market towards.
Yeah.
That's stressful too. So I get it because we went through the same thing, and it's like, you don't know if it's you, if it's, is your package right?
How did you start off when you first priced and packaged?
We did exactly the same thing as you did. We followed what the previous owners were doing because it's like you just have to get it started. We were not from the wedding industry. Like, I was working in healthcare, so was my wife. So it was like, we don't know exactly what to do. We don't understand the system. But the last thing I wanted to do is to check what other places were doing, because it would be so easy to copy it. It would be so easy to get influenced by what they're doing that it's like, well, that's the only way. Let's do that. I wanted to make sure, instead of looking at other places, I've started reading a lot of, listening to a lot of podcasts while I was mowing the lawns and, learning about CRMs, learning about pricing packages, learning about business in general. And it's like, okay, let's create something that we would love to have as a bride and groom getting married. Like, we got married 2 years prior to buying this place. It's like, what didn't we like about the place we got married at? What didn't we like about the processes or the pricing or the brochures? But what did we like? What attracted us to it? And we just kind of removed the stuff we didn't like and started with this fresh package that was coming directly from us. There was zero influence. There wasn't like us doing market research, what other venues are doing. We didn't even do a competitor analysis on pricing.
Really?
No, we didn't do that because there is such variety of venues, especially in the Highlands. You have high-end venues, you have mid-tier, you have lower tier. If we were comparing ourselves with pricing to a high-tier venue or, a low-tier venue, it just wouldn't make sense. We had to experiment with pricing and see what clientele we were attracting. We tend to attract relaxed brides who just want to have a good time. We're surrounded by nature, bush. Oh, you booked the arts. This is the clientele. It's sitting right here. But it's like, once we discovered that, and they're value conscious, they want to know what they're paying for. They want to know what's included in their packages. It's not a venue that is the highest tier where you don't even mention the pricing when they come in. There are venues out there where you'll get the brochure, you'll come for a venue tour, you still don't know how much it costs. What they're selling you is a dream. What they're selling you is a feeling. And you have unlimited funds. You don't care. We couldn't do that. So it was like, you have to find the right clientele to see where you sit. Because you have high-end vendors. You have those who travel the world, go to Europe and charge exquisite prices for their services. But you also have vendors that are attractive to other tiers of clientele. So you just have to find your niche. And that takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
Especially now that you have your own separate business.
That's definitely, I have to keep that in mind when I'm creating the packages. But right now, it's what you said about creating value and creating as much value as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've really thought about that. And I'm excited to launch out what's included because we're going to change it up a bit.
So tell me, I'm very interested about the educational component of your business because not every vendor does it. And I feel like it's such a big wing to your business. There's so many benefits to it. I feel like it would be great if people could hear about that side of the business.
I started off training my team. And then from there, I got better at doing hair because I understand why I'm doing it. Because they would ask me, why are you doing it like this compared to this? And then it will make me think. Whereas previous to that, I was just winging it. It looks good.
That's the best way to learn is by teaching others, isn't it?
Yeah. So then from there, I kept posting about training the team. And then we got 1 or 2 inquiries. And I'm like, hey, maybe there's a market here.
What do you mean inquiries? For that particular...
To learn how to do hair. And I'm like, but I'm not a teacher. What do you mean?
Yeah. Oh, like from other hairstylists?
Yeah, other hairstylists would reach out and be like, hey, do you offer education? I'm like, well, no, but I could. I guess I could start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year was this?
I probably started educating 2023.
Okay, so after COVID.
Yeah, after COVID. 2023 was when I started educating.
So that's just 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
I thought it's longer. Okay, cool.
So then I had to really understand why I was doing things. I had to write out my processes of how my brain works when I do hair and then teach someone else that. And it's made me become a much more confident hairstylist, because now I can explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I can teach my team now. And now that my team has been around me for a while, they now teach. The way that we structure our education now is that Jessica, who's my right-hand woman and one of my first students, she teaches all the beginners and fundamentals to people who reach out and want to start their career. So they don't have really any hair skills at all. So she teaches them the fundamentals, and then I teach the intermediate and the advanced. So they already have an idea of how hair works, or they already know how to do hair well and just want to tweak it or make it look a certain way that's maybe a bit cleaner or different to what they do now. They want to see what others like me are doing in the industry different.
So can they replace going like to TAFE or to some sort of college to do hairstyling to go with you guys? Is that how it works?
Hairstyling is not it's not an industry where you need to be qualified to be a hairstylist. You don't need a TAFE certificate. It's not like hairdressing where you're working with chemicals.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, right.
You're working with chemicals, you're bleaching, or like the chemicals are touching somebody's skin. That's when you need to be qualified. With hairstyling, you're just manipulating the hair. So you just need the skill.
Okay, I didn't even know there's a difference. Okay, but see,
I still think it's important to go and learn fundamentals from a professional course, whether it may be TAFE or private. So we would be considered private. Currently, we only offer like one-on-one education and soon masterclasses. So that's something that I'm working on at the moment.
Wow.
But yeah, like education has really helped bring in more revenue during the week. So being a bridal hairstylist, most of our work is on the weekend. But what happens when you have social commitments, when you have kids and they have soccer games and you can't go to them because you have a wedding job? So I wanted to think about, okay, like how can I still do what I love, but do it on a different day? So now the great thing, there's weekday weddings, but education really helps because a lot of us are more free during the week to learn anyway. So then I do education on the week, during the week, like Mondays and Tuesdays.
I want to dwell deeper into this because I'm not understanding the intrinsics of the whole educational side of the business. So like you will get inquiries from hairstylists like you would from brides getting married. So a hairstylist would send you an inquiry to say, hey, I'm interested in your educational course or your educational side of the business.
Yeah. So on our website, we've got a tab for brides and a tab for education.
Okay. So it's a separate business.
Not a same business, but yeah, different type of service.
Yeah.
Our students will then go onto that page and then they can access the packages and put their inquiry through. Like the same, like it's like the same Dubsado form.
Wow. So you kind of create a whole new clientele.
Yeah.
You use Dubsado as well.
I use Dubsado, so I know you use Dubsado.
Yeah. I was just talking to Travis about it.
Yeah.
Dubsado actually responded to our last interview. They wrote a comment.
What did they say?
Well, something about, it's a pleasure working with you. So I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. I need to respond to that comment.
There's elements of Dubsado that are really good and some where there could be improvements, but I think they are working on.
There's a lot of things that are happening. Yeah. There's things that like just being able to send a reminder email to someone and knowing if they've actually responded to you already. It doesn't detect that automatically whether they've responded to you or not. So you would have to manually send it to them and monitor that. So that's one aspect of Dubsado. I'm like, oh, change that. Dubsado, if you're listening, please change that now for all of our wedding professionals.
Yes.
So education, are you specializing in a particular type of styling? Like, or is it just overall, like, how does that work?
So we specialize in bridal hairstyling. However, I used to also provide styling for like fashion shoots and e-commerce shoots. So the quick hairstyles that you can just quickly whip up and make it look good for the photo. But once I really focused and found my niche, that's when we started to get a lot more inquiries. And my inquiries that are coming through for education is almost the same as weddings now.
No.
It's
really?
So cool. Yeah.
Like within 3 years?
Within 3 years. Like only of recent, it started to pick up a lot because social media and finding your niche.
Because you would think the clientele of hairstylists versus brides, is much narrower and much smaller, but that you've obviously found the niche.
I told myself I really wanted to be known as like a bridal hairstylist educator. That's the next step now.
So what do you think helps in getting those inquiries to start flowing at such a rate? What are you doing that helped that component of the business?
I'm very lucky that the students that come through, they don't mind being on social media. So I create content I create content during their session. I don't really whip out my phone every 2 seconds. It's more just I set up a camera and I just record bits and pieces of the day and I show what I taught them. So I'll do the hairstyle and then they have a turn of the hairstyle as well. So showing the results of the students online really helps. And that's what generates more inquiries coming through.
So is it mostly social media related?
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty much all social media related.
Really?
I also use Google reviews. You know, being a new business, you want to start getting your 5-star reviews or whatever. So I do reach out to previous students and tell them to let us know how we went. That helps as well.
How long does the course take for a student?
So it's quite tailored depending on the student and how many sessions they need. Currently, it's either 1 day or 3 days.
Okay.
So 1 day is 6 to 7 hour day, and you get to choose 2 styles that you want to focus on. Whereas the 3 day is just 3 times this, and we space it out every month. I would always prefer them do the 3-day course because then they get to practice, go home, let the information sink in, and then come back in a month's time. We do a refresh, any questions, and then we move on to the next 2 styles. So currently that's how we're setting it up.
That's great. Yes, it's working. I've always wanted to have a guest on the show that looks at the educational component of a business because it's a really great niche. Wow. Okay, it seems to be working well.
I like the structure of it now, but there's a few things I want to change or want to experiment with. I want to start doing smaller classes because I find that if you can bounce your ideas off other people, other students, you might learn something else that you wouldn't have if you were on your own. Like as I teach, that one student will ask me certain questions, and then if I have another 2 students with them, so 3 altogether, a smaller group, they might feel more comfortable asking me something, or they'll be able to bounce their ideas off each other.
Absolutely. So that's the next step is looking at...
the next step, yeah.
Wow. Okay. When is that starting?
I don't know yet. We need to get married first.
All right, well, let's talk about that. You're a bride now. You're a bride to be. You're planning your wedding.
Yes.
What are you noticing immediately about this industry that you find needs to improve?
Oh, okay, nah.
Yeah, let me list them all.
I know.
The venue and venue owners, obviously.
No, the venue owners are the best. Surely there's a clearer way to manage emails. I find that I've been sifting through emails. It'd be really good if we had some sort of app for a bride.
That's a business idea.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should chuck in.
Just add it to your business.
You know how every bride has the Excel spreadsheets, but if we could make it look pretty somehow, and you can have all the boxes that you can tick off already there for you, because your bride a normal.
It's like a planning app.
Yeah, a planning app would be really good.
Doesn't Easy Weddings, don't they have something like that?
Maybe.
But it's not advanced. It has to be, you know what would be nice? A planning app that has vendors that can have access to it as well. So the whole industry starts using it and it's got messages inside that app. And that way you can just message your vendor. Is that called Instagram there? You message me on Instagram more than through emails.
Yeah, no. I just direct message you.
Yeah, just go straight to the phone.
Yeah, I don't know. What can we improve?
I think that's a really good point, though. There's a lot of emails going around, especially if you've got 10 vendors dealing with, and they're all kind of responding at different times, and you become the coordinator.
The last 3 weeks is crazy.
Yeah.
I think every bride should just take the 3 weeks.
You called me a few times, sounding pretty stressed. Yeah.
Yeah, I called you about glass. I called you about what cups you have. What the heck?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I didn't care about cups, but now I do, apparently.
The tumblers. Does this.
Yeah, these are nice.
Yeah, there's the tumblers.
We're going to use this for the margaritas.
I think that's a perfect choice. Yeah. Who's making your margaritas?
Brad's team.
Okay, beautiful.
From Pepper Tree. They have their bar staff. Brad's been great.
How good is he? Yeah.
He's so good. He's so quick at replies.
Shout out to Brad. He will never listen. He will never listen this far into this podcast ever. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's been really great.
Yeah, he's been awesome. Yes. Well, that's good to know that, our vendors, trusted suppliers are great to deal with.
Definitely. We were going to go with Asian catering.
Yeah. Okay.
But after I ate Brad's food, I was like, yeah, done.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah.
How did you find this place? You were actually, I think, at a wedding here, yeah?
I was working a wedding here. The bride booked me for a premium all-day package. So I stayed with her the 12 hours.
So tell me about that package, because that's a package that not everyone offers.
Yes, and not everybody wants to work that long.
Yes.
But I just love my job so much. So we do the morning and then we stay up until your hair change and then you start your reception and then we leave.
You follow the bride throughout the photo shoot.
Yeah, we follow you everywhere. Like, make sure we put the veil on. We fluff your, like, make sure your dress is all good before you leave. And then if you have any first looks, we're there for that, for all your photos. We have lunch when you get married. So like the half an hour during the ceremony, that's our break. And then we're right on, like, again with the bride.
I saw you, man. You had your toolkit of hairsprays and
I was like ready to
combs.
go.
It's like, hold on. That curl is out.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I actually speak to the photographers beforehand. I say, hey, like, do you mind? I'm going to be jumping in and out just to make sure the hair is okay. And they actually prefer it because it's less touching up for them. They don't need to edit as much because of the flyways, or if it's windy, like, I'll sort it out.
It's a long day for you.
It's fun.
And then you did that for one of the weddings here.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I ate their food. I think it was like
PB Catering.
Yep,
that's one of our trusted caterers, yes.
They're really good too.
Okay.
Had that.
And we only picked the best.
We had I had some gelato. I was good. I was full. I was working and happy, and yeah, it was a good day.
And you looked around, you're like, yep, if I get proposed to, this is the venue.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I messaged you guys as soon as I got engaged. And then we just did one walkthrough. And that was it. I didn't even go to another venue.
How good.
You know what? That day when I was with you guys, I got to know you and Jane. And I was like, wow, these guys are really, really good. Like, you're the owners, but you're also here. You're on site. You're making sure everybody is happy. Bride and groom are happy. And I've never seen venue owners being hands-on the way you guys are and making sure that everything's good.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's clip that into a review or something. Yeah, I think that's important. Just be the face of the business. Make sure it's our business. It's our little baby. We want to make sure that you would know. Now you've got a business. It's like you want to make sure that every bit of the wedding experience is amazing. We want to make sure that before you walk into the canapes, that it's all set up properly, that the drinks are ready. When you go to the reception, that the candles are lit, that the lights are on, the music's playing. We want to make sure that all of these little aspects of the wedding make it look seamless. There is no silence when people are walking into the reception and DJ is trying to connect, and it's all there. You're spending so much time planning it, so many emails with vendors. The last thing you want is for it to not feel smooth.
Yeah.
And that's where we come in.
My celebrant, Chloe, shout out to Chloe. She was saying that there's two groups of vendors on your wedding day. The vendors that make your wedding look good and the vendors that make your wedding feel good.
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of brides don't think about the feel good part of it. They just want to make sure everything looks perfect. But having you guys as like my coordinators on the day, that is going to take the stress off this part here. I'm so excited.
Your job isn't to be the planner on the day. Your job is to be present with your partner, with your loved ones, being able to enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Our job is to make sure that everything around you flows, that the vendors know where to set up, that when you're walking down the aisle, the music's playing, that the celebrant's ready, that the bridesmaid know what to do.
Yeah.
All the things that would be going through your mind, because you're a planner, you're a stressor, you want to make sure everything's working. We take care of that. And your job is to just think about the man of your dreams down there, Alejandro, doing his thing. He'll be crying. He'll be
no, man.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna cry.
He's like the toughest guy I've ever seen, but he'll cry.
No, I don't think he'll cry.
I like you, man. I like him a lot. We'll be partying on the day. He's a cool guy. Is he excited?
Yeah, oh my gosh, he actually finally said he was excited.
Did he?
Yeah, he's like, I think I'm excited now. Like,
It's a man of few words. Yeah.
he doesn't really show too much.
How good is that?
So he's excited now. He's getting his suit tailored today. So we're doing the final things now.
Triple size in the arms, just...
Because,
There's like 3 of you.
yeah, pretty much.
Can't wait to see the photos. It's going to look amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I think, is there anything you want to mention before we wrap up to, I guess, future brides that are planning a wedding, given that you are one of them now?
Yeah.
Selecting vendors or when planning a wedding, what are some of the things to be prepared for?
Have a checklist of what you need to bring with you on the day. That's a big thing, especially if you're not staying on site. And just relax. It'll all be fine. There's no, don't ask what the time is.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the time. Everyone runs on your time. And if we're a bit late, we're a bit late. Who cares? It's so fine.
Such a great attitude. Such a great attitude. We see so many brides planning their entrance song to the second, 16 seconds in, I can start walking. It's like, man, just walk whenever you feel like walking.
You're probably going to walk faster because you're nervous.
Yeah, and I'll tell you to slow down. It's okay. We're there to say, okay, you're walking too fast. Just say, slow down. You don't need to plan that.
Exactly. That's a big thing about having a venue that everything is all in one space. You don't need to worry what time the cars come, what time you need to leave here to get there on time. There's no traffic. The day, it just goes the way it goes. It's I'm excited.
Wow. Okay, 3 weeks. This is sooner than I first thought. So, wow, let's get it all sorted.
Yeah.
Well, before we go, I think a lot of people would like to know about your social media. You've got quite a number of followers on there, 84,000. How do you get to that point? Is it the educational content that helped you a lot?
I think so.
Okay.
I looked back at my videos, what was doing good. The ones that were giving a lot of value, as we say, we did really good with those posts because people would like it, save it, send it to their friends, send it to another hairdressing friend. And that's what got engagement rolling. When you're creating content that has value and it can help someone or a few people, whatever, then people will start to follow you. They want to see more. And then you just keep creating what people want. So maybe this one post here doesn't do so well. So I'll just post less of this type of content. And this post here did really well. I showed the before and after. Then I showed the simple steps how to get there and kept it short and digestible. And people love that now.
And you're continuing with that now?
I just kept doing it, staying consistent. Right now, I am implementing a bit more personal videos because I also want to build more of a stronger personal brand to open up other opportunities in the future. Or it also helps students who might want to learn from me to feel comfortable around me. A lot of the times people meet me and they say, hey, I feel like I already know you. And I love that because I know that with me, I get nervous when I meet someone new. So if I can make someone feel comfortable, I think that really helps. That also helps with your followers, right? People want to connect with you in a way. So it's not just about showing your professional side. It's good to just show up as your personal side as well on social. I think they enjoy that.
You mentioned building a personal brand for future opportunities. What do you mean by that? What potential opportunities could that building a personal brand could involve?
I'm thinking really far now. Let's say if I become a mum and I'm working less, then it could open doors to the influencer side of things where I could show the mummy side of things. Yeah,
Well, then other parts of your life can be unveiled.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, some of it is you don't know where it can lead. But I think starting a personal brand is a key step. Yeah. And then where it can lead is limitless. If you build that and you're a presence, social media presence, you don't know what doors you can open with that.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Christine. Absolute pleasure having you on. Let's get excited for your wedding in 3 weeks' time.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.